If a woman looks straight into your eyes and holds it just 1 second longer than normal, something inside her is already shifting, and most men completely miss it. That moment isn't accidental, it isn't polite, it isn't random, it's a psychological leak. Before we go any deeper, I want you to pause for 1 second. If you value understanding women at a level most men never reach, subscribe to this channel and like this video now. You're not here for surface-level advice, you're here for the truth. Now listen closely. Direct eye contact is one of the hardest behaviors for a woman to fake when feelings are involved. From a psychological perspective, the eyes activate the limbic system, the emotional brain. When she meets your gaze and doesn't immediately look away, she is regulating emotion in real time. That emotion might be attraction, curiosity, admiration, or emotional attachment she hasn't admitted to herself yet. Most men assume confidence means dominance. That's wrong. In female psychology, sustained eye contact is vulnerability. She is allowing herself to be seen. And when a woman hides deep feelings, her eyes often betray her before her words ever do. You'll notice the pupils soften, the blink rate slows, her face relaxes, even if her mouth stays neutral. This is not flirting in the Hollywood sense. This is emotional exposure. Here's what matters: context. If she makes direct eye contact during silence, not while talking, that's significant. Silence removes performance. In that quiet moment, her nervous system chooses connection over defense. That choice reveals internal trust. Women do not do this unconsciously with men they feel nothing for. But there's another layer men miss. If she breaks eye contact first and then looks back again, that's hesitation paired with desire. The first look is instinct, the break is fear of being discovered. The second look is emotional pull overriding caution. That pattern is one of the strongest indicators of hidden feelings. Do not confuse this with staring. Staring is rigid. Meaningful eye contact is fluid. It breathes, it responds. And when a woman's eyes search your face instead of scanning the room, she is emotionally orienting toward you. Understand this clearly. Women hide feelings not because they don't feel them, but because feelings create risk. Eye contact is where that risk leaks out. And once you learn to read it, you stop guessing, you start knowing. When a woman holds eye contact and slightly tilts her head, her body is doing something her mind hasn't approved yet. That tilt is not accidental. Psychologically, it's a submissive gesture, but not in a weak way, in a trusting way. It exposes the neck, an instinctive signal that says, "I don't feel threatened by you." Women do not offer that signal to men they feel indifferent toward. Indifference keeps the body closed. Feelings open it. Here's where men often misinterpret the situation. They assume attraction must look bold, obvious, confident. In reality, hidden feelings often appear restrained, controlled, quiet. A woman with deep feelings she's trying to suppress will often soften her gaze instead of intensifying it. Her eyes may appear warmer, slower, more attentive. She's not trying to seduce you, she's trying not to reveal herself. Pay attention to when eye contact happens. If she looks at you when you're not speaking, when you're not trying to impress, when you're simply being present, that's important. That means she's not responding to performance, she's responding to essence. Women with hidden feelings observe more than they interact. Eye contact becomes their safest form of connection. Another subtle behavior: she mirrors your eye behavior without realizing it. If you look away, she looks away. If you return, she returns. This mirroring is regulated by the brain's empathy circuits. It only activates when emotional relevance exists. You are not just another man in the room anymore. You are a reference point. Now listen carefully to this part. If she maintains eye contact during emotionally charged moments, conflict, vulnerability, teasing, that's not courage. That's attachment. Most people avoid eye contact when emotions rise because it increases intensity. If she stays, she's choosing closeness over comfort. But there's also fear here. A woman hiding feelings may overcorrect. She may break eye contact abruptly and act distant afterward. Men misread this as rejection. It's often the opposite. Emotional suppression creates behavioral inconsistency. Her eyes connect, her defenses retreat, then panic sets in, so she pulls back. This push-pull confuses men who don't understand female emotional regulation. But once you do, her behavior stops feeling chaotic. It becomes readable, predictable, human. Eye contact is not about dominance or control. It's about emotional permission. And when a woman gives you that permission, even briefly, she is revealing more than she ever could with words. There is a specific kind of eye contact that almost no man is taught to recognize, and it's the most revealing of all. It's when a woman looks at you while listening, not while speaking. In that moment, she isn't managing her image. She isn't choosing words. She is receiving. Psychologically, reception is intimacy. When her eyes stay on you as you talk, especially when you're sharing something personal or unpolished, she is emotionally leaning in. Men often think attraction shows up as excitement, smiles, laughter, energy, but hidden feelings often show up as stillness. Her face may go quiet, her eyes may lock in with a seriousness that feels heavier than the moment calls for. That's because she's processing more than the conversation. She's processing what you mean to her. Notice whether her eyes search your face when you pause. That search is unconscious. She's checking emotional safety. She wants to know where she stands with you without asking. Women who feel nothing don't seek emotional data. They disengage. Seeking means investment. Another subtle sign appears when her eye contact lingers after an interaction should logically end. The conversation is over. The reason to stay connected is gone. Yet her eyes hesitate before breaking away. That hesitation is a conflict between desire and self-control. And self-control only exists when something meaningful is being restrained. Now here's something most men never hear. If a woman makes direct eye contact and her expression doesn't match the situation, she looks softer than the moment, warmer than expected. That's emotional leakage. For example, a neutral conversation paired with an unusually gentle gaze. Her emotional response is outpacing the external context. That misalignment is one of the clearest indicators of feelings she hasn't named. You may also notice micro-expressions, a quick eyebrow lift, a subtle widening of the eyes when you enter a room. These happen before conscious control kicks in. The body reacts before the mind remembers the rules she's trying to follow. But understand this: women hide feelings, not to manipulate, but to protect. Protection from rejection, from vulnerability, from losing control. Eye contact becomes the battlefield between instinct and fear. That's why it's inconsistent, intense one moment, avoidant the next. If she avoids eye contact only after a meaningful exchange, that's not disinterest, that's emotional overload. She needs distance to regulate what she felt. Men who chase in that moment often ruin the dynamic. Men who remain grounded become safe. Eye contact reveals where her emotional energy is going, and when it keeps coming back to you again and again, even when she tries to stop it, you're no longer guessing, you're witnessing truth in its rawest form. There is a moment when eye contact stops being social and becomes personal, and most men feel it before they understand it. The room seems to narrow, time stretches slightly. Her eyes don't just see you, they settle on you. This is not imagination, this is neurological focus. When a woman's brain flags someone as emotionally significant, attention narrows automatically. It's a survival mechanism turned intimate. A woman hiding deep feelings often uses eye contact as a substitute for expression. She won't say what she feels, but she will look it. You'll notice her eyes soften when you succeed and tighten when you pull away. That emotional tracking is crucial. Indifferent people don't track. They drift. If her gaze reacts to your emotional state, she's already bonded at some level. Pay attention to how she looks at you in group settings. If her eyes find you while others are speaking, that's not politeness. That's orientation. Her nervous system is checking in with you even when you're not involved. This is one of the strongest indicators of hidden attachment because it happens without conscious intent. Another subtle behavior is delayed eye contact. She avoids looking at you at first, then suddenly meets your gaze once she feels composed. That delay isn't rejection, it's preparation. She's regulating emotion before allowing connection. Women with nothing to hide don't need to prepare. You might also notice that when your eyes meet, she exhales slightly or relaxes her shoulders. That physical release happens when tension drops. It means your presence soothes her, even if she's resisting the implication of that comfort. Here's the part men often mishandle. When they sense this depth, they try to intensify it. they stare longer, they lean in harder. That triggers defense. Eye contact is not something you take, it's something you allow. If you meet her gaze calmly and then release it naturally, you create safety. Safety deepens attraction more than pressure ever will. Understand this. Women don't hide feelings because they're unsure. They hide them because they know how powerful they are. Eye contact is where those feelings surface uncontrollably. That's why it feels charged. That's why it feels different from every other interaction you have. When a woman's eyes change around you, when they become more attentive, more reactive, more emotionally tuned, you're no longer just a person in her environment. You're a stimulus, and stimuli shape behavior. Eye contact is her quiet confession, not meant to be heard, only noticed. And once you notice it, you carry the responsibility to respond with maturity, not hunger. Because how you handle that moment determines whether her hidden feelings grow or shut down completely. One of the most revealing moments happens when eye contact appears during emotional contrast. She may be laughing, joking, acting casual, and then her eyes suddenly go serious when they land on you. That shift is not random. It's the mind dropping the mask for a split second. Humor is often a cover. The eyes show what's underneath. A woman hiding deep feelings often struggles with congruence. Her words say one thing, her eyes say another. She might tease you while her gaze stays steady and grounded. Teasing without emotional eye contact is play. Teasing with it is testing. She's checking whether you can handle closeness without needing reassurance or control. Notice how her eyes behave when you pull back slightly. Not dramatically, just enough to create space. If she looks for you more, not less, that's emotional gravity. Attraction moves toward what feels uncertain but meaningful. Indifference doesn't react. Hidden feelings do. Another subtle behavior appears during moments of validation. When you acknowledge her, calmly, without praise overload, watch her eyes. If they soften, lower briefly, or flick away in return, that's internal impact. She felt seen, and being seen is dangerous when feelings are buried. That's why the reaction is quick and controlled. You may also observe protective eye contact. She watches your interactions with others more than she realizes. Not in jealousy, but in assessment. She's tracking emotional threat. That behavior only emerges when attachment exists. The eyes become sentinels. Here's something important. A woman hiding feelings may avoid eye contact when she feels exposed emotionally, but seek it when she feels safe. Men often reverse this interpretation. They think avoidance means lack of interest. In reality, avoidance often means intensity without regulation. She looks away because staying would reveal too much. If her eye contact returns after moments of distance, calmer, steadier, that's trust rebuilding. She's allowing herself back into connection. That rhythm tells you she's managing something real. Do not mistake this for manipulation. This is self-protection. Emotional restraint is not deceit, it's caution. And eye contact is the one place restraint slips. The key for you is presence. When you meet her eyes without expectation, without agenda, you communicate emotional stability. Stability is magnetic, especially to someone fighting feelings internally. Her eyes are asking a silent question. Is it safe to feel this? Your response isn't words. It's how you hold the moment. Calm, unrushed, unneedy. When a woman keeps coming back to your eyes, after distance, after resistance, after restraint, it's because something in her recognizes something in you, and recognition is the seed of attachment. There is a quiet intensity that shows up when a woman's eyes linger without demand. No smile, no invitation, just presence. This is one of the clearest signs of hidden emotional depth. She's not trying to get something from you, she's simply staying. And staying, psychologically, is commitment in its earliest form. Watch what happens to her eye contact when vulnerability enters the conversation. If you admit uncertainty, share a doubt, or speak honestly without performance, her eyes may deepen. They don't dart away. They don't harden. They absorb. That absorption is empathy activating. Women do not empathize deeply with men they don't feel emotionally connected to. Another subtle behavior is memory-based eye contact. She looks at you differently after shared experiences. inside jokes, quiet moments, difficult conversations. Her eyes hold recognition, familiarity mixed with restraint. That recognition signals emotional history forming, even if neither of you has named it. You might notice that she makes eye contact when she wants to be understood, not when she wants attention. Attention-seeking is loud. Understanding-seeking is focused. If her gaze locks in during moments where she's explaining herself, clarifying something personal, or revealing a boundary, that's trust surfacing through caution. There's also a moment men often misread. When a woman looks at you, then looks down slowly, not sharply, not nervously. That downward gaze is not submission. It's reflection. She's feeling something and turning inward to manage it. The slowness matters. Quick avoidance is disinterest. Slow withdrawal is emotional processing. Pay attention to the re-entry. If she looks back up and reconnects, that's choice. She went inward, regulated, and returned. That return is intentional, and intention is everything when feelings are hidden. Her eyes may also soften when she thinks you're not watching, when she believes the moment is unobserved. These unguarded glances are the most honest. They come from instinct, not strategy. Here's the truth most men never hear. A woman hiding feelings is not confused about you. She's conflicted about herself. Her eyes reveal the side of her that already knows, the side that has decided before permission was granted. Your role is not to extract those feelings. It's to create the conditions where they don't need to be hidden. That means emotional steadiness, consistency, no forcing, no chasing. When a woman's eyes repeatedly meet yours in moments that don't require it, don't reward that with pressure. Reward it with calm presence, because presence is what allows hidden feelings to breathe, and when they breathe long enough, they stop hiding on their own. There comes a point when eye contact stops being a signal and starts being a confession. Not dramatic, not spoken, just steady, quiet acknowledgement. Her eyes meet yours and don't flinch, even when emotion is present. That steadiness is resolution forming beneath restraint. She is no longer fighting what she feels, only deciding what to do with it. At this stage, her eye contact carries weight. You may feel it as seriousness, gravity, or emotional density. Conversations feel different. Ordinary moments feel charged. This happens because emotional meaning has attached itself to you in her mind. Once meaning is assigned, behavior follows. Slowly, carefully, but inevitably. You'll notice that her eyes no longer scan you for approval. They rest. Approval seeking is early attraction. Resting is emotional acceptance. She has integrated you into her internal world, even if she hasn't verbalized it. That integration is why her gaze feels familiar, grounded, almost intimate. Another subtle behavior appears here. Eye contact paired with silence that feels comfortable, not awkward. Silence only feels safe when trust exists. If she can sit in quiet with you and maintain eye contact without needing to fill space, her nervous system has relaxed around you. Relaxation is the opposite of indifference. She may also look at you when she's deciding something internally, before speaking, before leaving, before making a choice. Her eyes seek alignment. This is unconscious partnership behavior. She is referencing you as an emotional anchor. Here's the most important truth. When a woman hides deep feelings, it's not because she doubts you. It's because she respects the power of what she feels. Eye contact is where respect shows itself. She doesn't give it freely anymore. She gives it intentionally. If you reach this stage, your responsibility increases. Not to act faster, but to act cleaner. No games, no pressure, no emotional spikes. Stability becomes your language. Consistency becomes your signal. Men who lose women at this stage lose them because they misinterpret intensity as urgency. There is no urgency here. There is depth. Depth requires patience. Her eyes have already told you what words haven't caught up to yet. Believe what you see, not what you fear. Stay present, stay grounded. Let her choose in her time. Because when a woman's eyes choose you repeatedly, through restraint, through fear, through silence, what she's building is not attraction, it's attachment. And attachment, when allowed to form naturally, doesn't disappear. It commits.